Due to the highly advanced information technology, countries use concepts, methods, and military tactics to modernize constantly and preserve their battle worthiness. They are engaged in making new technological weapons as the threat to nations rise with the numerous advancements in modern warfare. We must first understand what materials make these weapons and armors, beginning with the vehicle armor. The vehicle armor's design and purpose determines the amount of armor plating carried, as the plating is often very heavy and excessive amounts of armor restrict mobility. In order to decrease this problem, some new materials, specifically nanomaterials and material compositions, are being researched, which include bucket paper and aluminum foam armor plates. Bucket paper is a thin sheet made from an aggregate of carbon nanotubes. The nanotubes are approximately 50,000 times thinner than human hair. It is one-tenth the weight, yet potentially 500 times stronger than steel. When its sheets are stacked to form a composite, it could disperse heat like brass or steel, and it could conduct electricity like copper or silicon. The van der Waals force interaction between the nanotube surface and the surfactant can often be mechanically strong and quite stable. Therefore, there are no assurances that all the surfactant is removed from the CNT film after formation. In order to avoid adverse side effects from the possible presence of surfactants, an alternative casting process can be used involving a frit compression method that did not require the use of surfactants or surface modification, where a suspension of carbon nanotubes is squeezed between two polypropylene frits inside a syringe column. Aluminum foam, on the other hand, is a cellular structure consisting of solid metal as well as a large volume fraction of gas-filled pores. The pores can be sealed in a closed-cell foam or they can form an interconnected network in an open-cell foam. Metallic foams typically retain some physical properties of their base material. Foam, made from non-flammable metal, is generally recyclable back to its base material. Coefficient of thermal expansion will also remain similar, while thermal conductivity would likely be reduced. Foams formed from hollow beads of one metal within a solid matrix of another, such as steel within aluminum, have been formed in the laboratory and are showing 5 to 6 times greater strength to density ratio and over 7 times higher energy absorption than previous metal foams. Besides the materials and technology used in vehicle armors, stealth technology, also termed as low observable technology, is a set of techniques that render military vehicles, mostly aircrafts, hard to observe. Radar, an acronym for radio detection and ranging, is the primary detection technology for aircrafts. That is why most stealth technologies are directed at suppressing radar returns from aircraft. But stealth technology minimizes other observables as well, including energy emissions not of any kind that might be observed by the opponent. Stealth technology is deployed today on several types of aircrafts, and a few on surface ships. Non-metallic airframe and radar-absorbent materials are used in stealth technologies. The non-metallic airframe are dielectric composites that are more transparent to radar, whereas electrically conductive materials, such as metals and carbon fibers, reflect electromagnetic energy incident on the material's surface. Composites may also contain ferrites to optimize the dielectric and magnetic properties of the material for its application. Radar-absorbent materials, on the other hand, is a wide range of materials that absorb incident electromagnetic energy and converts that energy to other forms, typically as heat. As a consequence, a radar-absorbing material reduces the level of electromagnetic energy reflected from its surface. Hence, it has traditionally been used in the military arena to reduce the magnitude of the radar cross-section of various platforms, including air, land, and sea vehicles. The material and thickness of radar-absorbent materials coating can vary, depending on the way they work. It's the same way they absorb radiated energy from a ground or air-based radar station into the coating and convert it to heat rather than reflect it back. Current technologies include dielectric composites and metal fibers containing ferrite isotopes. Paint compromises depositing pyramid-like colonies on the reflecting superficies with the gaps filled with ferrite-based radar-absorbent materials. The pyramidal structure deflects the incident radar energy in the maze of radar-absorbent materials. A commonly used material is known as iron ball paint. Iron ball paint contains microscopic iron spheres that resonate in tune with incoming radio waves and dissipate the majority of their energy as heat, leaving little to bounce back to detectors. FSS are planar periodic structures that behave like filters to electromagnetic energy. The considered frequency-selective surfaces are composed of conducting patch elements pasted on the ferrite layer. FSS are used for filtration and microwave absorption. Examples of vehicles that use stealth technology are